Henry Hudson's early life is largely a mystery. Born around 1565 in England, little is known about his family or childhood. What we do know is that by the early 1600s, Hudson had become an experienced seaman, drawn to the promise of fame and fortune that lay in discovering new trade routes. At the time, European nations were desperately searching for a faster route to Asia. And the idea of a northwest passage through the icy waters of the Arctic had captured the imagination of many explorers. Hudson's first major expedition came in 1607 when he set sail under the Muscovy Company, aiming to find a route over the North Pole. He didn't succeed, but he demonstrated his skill and tenacity, making contact with Greenland and furthering European knowledge of the northern seas. Although Hudson was unsuccessful in his early voyages, he was the first European to record detailed observations of whale species in Arctic waters, which contributed to the rise of the European whaling industry. Henry Hudson is best known for his 4 major voyages, each an attempt to find the coveted Northwest Passage, a direct sea route from Europe to Asia through the Arctic. His third voyage, in 1609, was the most significant. Sponsored by the Dutch East India Company, Hudson was tasked with finding the passage, but when blocked by ice in the Arctic, he changed course, heading west toward North America. It was during this voyage that Hudson sailed up what is now called the Hudson River, exploring the New York harbor and establishing Dutch claims to the area. Though he didn't find a passage to Asia, his detailed maps and exploration of the region helped lay the groundwork for future colonization. Hudson's time spent exploring New York wasn't always smooth sailing. His crew clashed with local Native American tribes, and there were instances of violent confrontations that soured relations between Europeans and indigenous peoples in the early years of exploration. In 1610, Hudson embarked on what would be his final and most tragic voyage. Sponsored by the English, Hudson set sail aboard the Discovery in a renewed attempt to find the Northwest Passage. This time, he ventured deep into the waters of what would become known as Hudson Bay. After months of exploring the massive bay, Hudson's ship became trapped in ice as winter set in. Tensions ran high among the crew, who faced freezing temperatures, dwindling supplies, and no clear path home. Hudson's leadership became increasingly authoritarian, further alienating his men. In the spring of 1611, after a long, brutal winter, Hudson's crew mutinied. In a shocking act, the mutineers cast Hudson, his teenage son, and 7 loyal crew members adrift in a small, open boat. Hudson was never seen again. Despite several searches, no trace of him or his small group was ever found. While Henry Hudson's disappearance remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of exploration, there is evidence that at least some of his crew members who were cast adrift might have survived for a time, though whether they perished from exposure, starvation, or encountered hostile natives remains unknown. Although his career ended in tragedy, Henry Hudson's legacy is undeniable. His explorations significantly advanced European knowledge of the Arctic and North American coasts. The Hudson River, Hudson Strait, and Hudson Bay, 3 major geographical landmarks, still bear his name, serving as lasting reminders of his ambition to explore the unknown. Hudson's voyages helped open up North America for European colonization and trade, especially for the Dutch, who would go on to establish New Amsterdam, later New York, in the area he first charted. Henry Hudson's life is a tale of determination, ambition, and the harsh realities of exploration in the early 17th century. While his name is forever etched in history through the waterways he explored, his mysterious disappearance remains one of the great unsolved puzzles of the age of exploration. Thank you for watching, and check out my channel for more efficient history videos.